Before I start this, I want some of you, whoever sees this video, to pray and to let God show you. I've been having dreams since 2020, and I believe this is confirmation because I know things, especially with graphene, and maybe I have a problem sometimes being arrogant. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie about some things. So I'll go ahead and just call myself out on some things because I could probably be arrogant sometimes. I've had dreams and I've laughed them off and didn't think it was real, but then I kept seeing them. I kept seeing things lining up, especially with the dreams or visions. I tried to push them aside, say, "Oh no, it's not real," but then I kept seeing things correlating with them over and over, like graphene. I'd have dreams, and then I'd try. Well, maybe it's not real because all these other people tell me, "Oh, you're making it up," or you didn't see it, or I was like, okay, well, I'd come into agreement with, okay, well, maybe it wasn't real. But then I kept seeing this stuff in real life, like something to do with graphene, or I remember I kept seeing something in a vision dream about flakes, and it was like flakes of graphene. For some reason, I went over to a relative's house of mine, and they had a black couch, and I woke up, well, those different black flakes all over me. Right after, I just had a dream or vision or something. He's like, well, maybe they're wrong, and I am seeing stuff like this, because I believe even maybe people could view it as being radical. I don't know, radical, but I kind of tend to see, those people have relationships with God. He's working outside of His Word as well, and He can still show you stuff. Even your whole family and friends, everyone else can be wrong, and you can still be seeing this stuff. And there has to come a point where you have to stop pushing this aside and say, well, maybe there is something to this, and you are seeing this. A couple weeks ago, I had a dream. I was in New York, I was in a city or whatever, and there was people around me doing their everyday thing. Whatever they do, shop or whatever else. And I had never been here before. But it was like God showed me something there, and then all of a sudden, I was out in the middle of the street, and then it's like, you've seen these movies or whatever like that, the tops, like where the sewer caps started rumbling, seen it in movies and stuff, and all of a sudden they pop off. It's like, think of that. I think it was Men in Black 3 where they were in New York, and then he takes the top off, there's that flower sticking up, he pulls it out, and there's that worm that comes through, except these had faces just like those worms, are like pretty much demon faces. And their mouths were like so enlarged with like spikes and all this other stuff that their teeth were like blades, and they came out and they started talking like humans, talking about they were about to start consuming everybody, and I guess they had a real hunger for children or whatever else. But right before that, it was like these stuff where I was seeing graphene, and then like the oil or this black substance was falling off these worms. And for some reason, I didn't believe this for a long time, they kept talking about the 3 days of darkness. One of these worms came up and shot this black substance that was on its body, because it looked like graphene because the spikes and everything was coming off of it, like how ferrofluid and graphene come off. It shot the ink up to the earth, and then everyone's so caught up about talking flat earth and round earth theory. It hit the earth, and it went over the earth, and how it showed me in the dream was the earth was round, and it started to cover the round, like the earth, and it was round, and it said count the number of the days. It said 1, 2, and then 3 days of black, and then everything went dark, and these things started eating people. I've been getting dreams like this ever since 2020. It's been like a flood for me. I've wrote plenty of them down. Other ones I haven't even talked about yet. Plenty, even things what I've seen about Trump and everything else. So I don't know. I just tend to push family and friends aside. Whoever tells me, well, maybe you're wrong. Instead of coming in agreement with them, maybe I should just, if it's being confirmed to you in real life, and I tell this to anybody else, people are telling you wrong, but yet you're getting confirmations saying stuff like this in real life. Well, maybe there is something to this, and they're wrong, and you're actually seeing something. Thus saith the Lord. So, very nice. So, and yeah, the ink I wanted before I leave that was on the body is literally resembling this ferrofluid type, graphene type substance. Like it formed the spikes, how ferrofluid and all this other stuff does. So, stay safe. God bless. Very nice. Out.